Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how I do my amigurumi single crochet increases. This is what I do for most of my toys. Okay, so I've just got some scrap cotton yarn and a 3mm hook. I'll leave a link in the description to my beginners playlist. Alright, so to start I make a slip knot. And I chain 2. Alright, I never learned how to do the magic circle, so I always do the chain 2 method. So once you've chained 2, you go back into this first one that we made and you make 6 single crochets. Okay, once I have 6 single crochets, I pull the tail tight. Right, so because I'm starting with 6, each row will be an increase of 6 single crochets. So I use the tail for my stitch marker. You don't have to do this. If you have a stitch marker, just use that, and that'll show you where the start of the row is, so you know when to stop. Okay, so 6 single crochets is your first row, and your second row you want to do an increase in each stitch, so that'll take you to 12 single crochets. So to do a single crochet increase, you just make 2 single crochets in the stitch. Right, 1 single crochet, and then you go back into the same stitch and make another one. Right, it's a bit hard to see. So this row is just 1 increase in each stitch, which is 2 single crochets in each stitch. So you'll go from 6 single crochets to 12. Okay, you can always go back and count your stitches. Yep, 12. So each row will increase by 6, but the pattern will change slightly. So we're going to increase from 12 to 18. So I put my stitch marker in. In the first stitch, I do 1 single crochet. And in the second stitch, I make my increase. Okay, so that's the pattern. It's 1 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 increase in the second stitch. So you do that 6 times, and that'll take you back to your stitch marker, and that's the end of the row. Okay, if you're ever unsure, you can always stop and count. So you make sure you have 18. So our first row is 6, 12 and 18. The next row will be to increase to 24. So I add my stitch marker, and the pattern is 2 single crochets, so 1 in that stitch, 1 in the second stitch, and then 1 increase in the third stitch. Alright, if I'm going too fast, you can slow the video down. Should be 3 little dots in the corner, and then just pick your playback speed. Okay, 2 single crochets and 1 increase. Okay. Okay, so I know I've finished that row because I'm back at the stitch marker. Okay, so for the next row, we want to add our stitch marker, and we want to make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and an increase in the 4th. This will take us from 24 to 30 because we're just adding 6. 1, 2, 3, and an increase. 1, 2, 3 single crochets and our increase. Okay. Okay, so this row now has 30 single crochets all the way along. We're going to increase to 6. We're going to increase 6. So it'll be 36 by the end of this row. So 4 single crochets and an increase. Okay, and your increases, if you ever get lost, your increases always go on the last stitch of your last increase. Okay, so that's a single crochet. This is this is your increase here. Okay, so you put your next increase in the last stitch of that one. Okay, you can see there's a line of increases. So 4 single crochets and an increase. Okay, now I'm back to the start where my stitch marker is, and you can see it kind of looks like a hexagon instead of a circle, and that's because all your increases are in the same spot each time, so it gives you a little point. Okay, so I'll show you the next row. So we're increasing from 36 to 42. Okay, so what did we do last time? 4 single crochets and an increase. So this row will be 5 single crochets and an increase. Okay, 5 single crochets. And an increase. So the more rows you do, the more you'll be able to see this hexagon shape with all your increases in the same row. There is a way to make it look round instead of like a hexagon. All you need to do is just move your increases every second row. But I'll show you that in another video. That's how I make my mouse ears for my lovey. And on the elephant ears as well, I just move my increases. Okay, so this is how it looks at the end of the row. So that's 42 stitches around, and you can make it as big as you like. So the next row would be 48. So it's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.